A young high trader Joe's first job out of college was as an interest rates derivatives options trader on Wall Street. So derivatives on derivatives. I had no STEM degree, even though all my colleagues had at least a master's in STEM, and even one guy was a rocket scientist. But you don't need to be a rocket scientist to understand options intuitively. Here's a simple example. Imagine your friend wants to make a bet that for every mile he runs over 10 miles in the next 2 hours, that you pay him $100 per mile. You know that he's never ran in his life, and he loves a spicy McChicken. So your key inputs for an option are all there. The hurdle he needs to beat, the position size, time limit, the volatility, and the current state. Would you take this bet for free? No, I mean maybe for entertainment value, but realistically you charge him something. Let's say $5. Well, you've learned your first lesson in options. Don't pick up pennies in front of a steamroller. Your friend may have secretly been training with Kipchoge and might bust out a marathon, leaving you nearly $1,600 in the hole. But let's say your friend hasn't secretly been training and you start the bet. He's a mile in at the 8-minute mark. He asks you if you want to make the same bet again for $5 and you say sure. He still has 9 more miles, so him running 1 mile doesn't really affect your view of the likelihood of paying him. In options world, the delta is how much you expected that $5 to change after he ran a mile. So here, the delta is essentially 0 because you're so far away from the hurdle of 10 miles, which in options you call the strike. Now let's say he runs another 3 miles in a lightning fast 20 minutes and asks to make more of the bet. Well, now you're a little nervous, so you say, I'll make the bet again, but for $10. The fair value of the bet just doubled. So delta is how much you expect the bet value to change in the next mile, and gamma is the change in the delta. More simply, the delta used to be 0 and now it's higher. The delta increases as you get closer to the strike. If you think about why you got more nervous, it's not just because he got closer to 10 miles, but because he did those 3 miles so quickly. So your uncertainty of how much he can run rose. In other words, the volatility is now higher too. I'll look to go more advanced into options in another reel next week and look to cover a stock tomorrow. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research.